What's up, buddy, man? It's LeBron Gareth the Frog coming at you with another reaction video. We have a interesting concept today by the man Ball Culture. Go subscribe to him, get him to 22,000 subscribers. 10 position changes that altered football history. Now, are we talking about individual players, or are we talking about the way a position is played, like somebody who came and revolutionized position, like the father, Mr. Johan Cruyff? Let's go ahead and see what Ball Culture has to say. Let's see what go down.
As strange as it sounds, sometimes the only difference between an average
Joe Linton was a it can't be revolutionizing the position. Ain't no way Joe Linton was the a position revolutionizer.
And a world-class player is their position on the pitch.
Yeah.
Something you'll come to realize from these 10 position changes that altered football history.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's individual positions. Mbappe did a video about Mbappe earlier. It's altering football history, the fact that man moved from left wing to striker, because if that man was in his proper position, bro, it'll be over for the world. Thierry Henry, from winger to striker.
First up, we have Thierry Henry. Henry signed for Arsenal from Juventus as a winger that was struggling to find his feet, but as soon as Arsene Wenger got his hands on him, he knew there was only one spot for him, right up the top, leading the line for the Gunners. His start as a striker was slow, with Henry saying, "At a certain point, I wanted to go to Wenger and tell him to pull me back out wide. Then I said to myself that I had to react, that I couldn't fail a second time."
Hey, Mbappe, take notes from Mr. Thierry Henry. Take notes from your fellow countrymen, bro. Keep your head down and just keep going and just grind it out. You need to hit him up for advice. You seen how he critiqued you?
The perfect lesson in perseverance. Henry went on to score 228 goals in 377 games for Arsenal, and is still regarded as the greatest striker the Premier League has ever seen. When Carlo Ancelotti was asked about one of his biggest mistakes,
go end up passing
he said,
that one day.
"At Juventus, I didn't notice that Henry was not a winger." Coming from one of the greatest managers of all time, it speaks volumes to how beneficial the change was. And Wenger has every right to be proud of his decision. Now onto the other side of North London.
Gareth Bale.
The Welshman joined
left wing.
from
I did hear about this, that he used to play left back
as a marauding fullback. However, his natural athleticism and his ability to beat a man saw Bale in the final third of the pitch more often than not. So Spurs manager Harry Redknapp decided to move him further forward permanently.
Every time I heard Redknapp, I always think about that man being the on the list 7 deadly sins as a manager. Is that man always bankrupting every club that he go to?
Many moons ago now at Southampton. Let's say I got the better of him.
I
probably ate him for lunch. Forward a few seasons, he goes to Spurs, and subconsciously I'm thinking,
it's all he cared about. Hey, that development is a fool. You got him when he was young. Now that boy entering his prime. Now it's get back time.
I can deal with him. I've had him at Southampton. And it was a massive mistake.
And he in a different position now, right?
He was introduced to the world as a left winger after scoring a hat-trick against Inter Milan in the Champions League in 2010. In the 2 legs against Inter Milan, Bale legitimately ended the career of the unanimous best fullback in the world at the time, Maicon, with Harry Redknapp saying, "The most amazing thing ever was that when we played them at home, they left Maicon at right back, 1-against-1 against Gareth. He destroyed him again. It was the end of Maicon. He went from being the best right back in the world
to the
hearing
guy
chants of taxi for Maicon.
Damn, to the guy that got cooked by Gareth.
Premier League and earned himself a move to Real Madrid, where he would score over 100 goals and win 5 Champions Leagues.
You already know what time
becoming one of the greatest British players of all time. Next is Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Okay, never heard of Bastian Schwarzenegger. Right midfield to center midfield. Okay, center midfielder. He was better as that.
A man that most wouldn't believe ever played anywhere other than central midfield.
Used to play for
United.
United.
But he actually spent his first few years in Germany out wide as a right midfielder due to the talent behind.
So basically a right winger, right midfielder and right winger are pretty interchangeable. So he was better as a midfielder than a attacker on the outside.
Possessed in the engine room. He didn't end up moving more centrally until he got older, and it's a good thing he did. With Sami Khedira injured in the warm-up, Christoph Kramer concussed early doors, and Toni Kroos struggling on the big stage, Schweinsteiger produced the definitive performance of his career in the final of the 2014 World Cup. In central midfield, Schweinsteiger almost...
I was finna say, I'm seeing Man United, and I heard Toni Kroos. I'm like, when the hell that boy Toni Kroos played for Man United? But they talk about when he played in the World Cup, because he's German, when they played on the same team.
Single-handedly battled with the whole Argentina 11, leaving the Maracanã with a black eye, bloodied face, and most importantly, a World Cup winner's medal. During his career, he proved himself as one of the modern greats in central midfield, and later in his career, he even played as a central defender too. From one German icon to another, we have Philipp Lahm.
Philipp Lahm. Okay, them Germans right back to center midfield.
Philipp Lahm will go down in history as one of the best fullbacks to ever grace
Ooh,
the
them
football
Bayern
pitch.
jerseys nice.
However, towards the latter stages of the World Cup winner's career, Lahm's in-game awareness and horse-like stamina were recognised by Pep Guardiola as being a perfect fit for a midfield position.
He's one of the most fantastic players I ever trained
Pep
in
get
my
a
life.
hold of you. You know you're going to be
Football is going
tough.
to me is one of the best players I ever seen. He can play in 10 positions. No problems, because he understands the game perfectly.
The move into midfield paid dividends for Bayern Munich, with Lahm's prowess turning them into one of the strongest teams in possession on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
He may not have been as quick as he previously was, but the key to the change in role was his ability to keep the ball no matter what. The fact that he never got a red card over the course of his career tells you all you need to know about his quality and composure.
Bro, even Ankara Messi got a red card before, am I right?
Speaking of
Pirlo, from number 10 to deep line playmaker.
composure, next is Andrea Pirlo. Everyone's favourite bearded maestro has defined a generation of deep-lying playmakers and inspired fans across the world to learn what the word regista means. But Pirlo
Regista?
But Pirlo actually started out as a number 10 at Brescia, Inter and Regina, playing just behind the main striker
Slid
and
the ball in
threading
his
passes
booty.
into the final third.
Look at
While he
Ronaldo.
became extremely good at this, his long-range passing was largely overlooked. This all changed when he moved to AC Milan to join up with Carlo Ancelotti. The manager deployed Pirlo as a shield to the back line, lying
Damn, so Ancelotti was the one who moved that boy to that position to where he's all legendary now?
just in front of the centre-backs, allowing him to dictate the game with his immaculate
Oh,
passes,
look how he
and
dragged
thereby
them.
giving birth to one
Heel
of history's great midfielders.
So 1 week he takes me on the other side, he gets one player who speaks English to translate. He said, tell him to not shout. And I was like, what's your face like? No, I was like, what's he trying to tell me? You know? It's like, because he said, if you shout, even the opponent knows he's free. He said, if he's free, tell him I will see him.
Oh, that tough right there, yeah. Cause like, hey. Then they go like, shit, I gotta get over there. That boy, he say, bro, if you are open, best believe you go get that rock. He have eyes everywhere. He is well observant. He has eyes all over the damn field.
Pirlo has since stated that the change of position changed his career, one that is filled with silverware for club and country. Now onto the unsung hero.
Roberto Firmino, hey, pool boys in the building. He used to be an attacking midfielder and they moved him to false nine. Where is the big, how different are those positions? They damn near the same position to me, to be honest.
It's Liverpool side.
Well, no, I ain't gonna say, yeah, right?
Firmino. Before Firmino's move to Liverpool, the Brazilian was deployed in an attacking midfield role at Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga. Signed in 2015 by Brendan Rodgers as an attacking midfield player, there were early teething issues at the club. Being utilised on the flanks at times did not suit him, and his Liverpool career didn't look like it would be a long one.
I missed that boy Roberto, no cap.
He realised the potential of the attacker, deploying him in a false nine role that he has grown to epitomise.
Centre forward Firmino, I think any manager in the world would have him as their centre forward in their team.
Yeah, y'all remember that false nine wave? Then wasn't everybody rocking with false nines at one point?
I think he's absolutely incredible, Firmino.
When I think false nine, I think
selfless,
Chelsea for some
brilliant,
reason.
scores goals, sets things up. They can link off him, makes all the right runs. Just outstanding player.
His unique talent of dragging opposition defenders out of position, affording the likes of Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane the space to create goals, has made him one of the best examples of how a simple change.
Where is Sadio these days? He's still over there in Saudi Arabia? I don't hear anything about that man.
Position can change the course of a career. He brought the role back into fashion in the English game and left Liverpool as a club legend.
Oh, so he was the one
Over
who
to
set that
Manchester,
tone. Paul
we've got Paul
Scholes, striker to
Scholes.
midfielder.
The cries of Paul Scholes, he scores goals, are heard to this day echoing around Old Trafford. And that's exactly what Paul Scholes did.
That's low-key kind of a big gap in position. Imagine moving Erling to that midfielder. Erling got it over there in the midfielder. You think that boy gonna work well? Imagine moving Lukaku to center midfielder. This is a great jump.
He scored goals and played as a striker during the early stages of his career. However, Sir Alex Ferguson once played him in place of Roy Keane, and Paul Scholes' performance gave the boss a hint of greater things. His vision and ability to dictate a game would be wasted up top, but his eye for goal would still get plenty of use in midfield.
Oh, yeah.
Never the most athletic,
Shout
as
out
his
Sir
legs gave
Alex.
way over the course of his career. He found himself falling deeper and deeper into midfield, where he began to exert an influence on the game with his supreme range of passing. His extremely successful career in the middle of the park rightly put him on a pedestal with some of the best midfielders that the world has ever
Shout out
seen.
Sir Alex.
No surprise Lionel Messi
Lionel Messi. He got moved from that right wing to the false 9 spot.
also makes this list. In his earlier days, the little magician was mainly deployed from the right flank. With changes in personnel and the evolution of Barcelona at the time, he was moved into a false 9 position in which he thrived. He was the jewel in the crown of the team that was arguably the greatest club side in football history.
Yup, that's the
and
triple.
it was as a false 9 that he scored 91 goals in a calendar year.
Oh,
There's not much more to say other than that the change took
I still can't believe he did that nonsense, bro. 91 goals in one season. It's going to happen again. Like I say, history is meant to be broken, but it may not happen again in a long, long time.
from one of the best to the best. It was a genius move by Pep Guardiola, and Messi has never looked back since,
Shout out
having
Pep.
not played as a traditional winger in years. The same can be said about Cristiano Ronaldo. Despite arriving as the classic
Winger to
tricky
striker.
winger in Manchester, his evolution has been immense. Ronaldo's years as a winger came for Sporting,
And then did he go back to winger, right? No, he stayed at striker. Because I remember I used to say that Ronaldo was a striker, but everybody was like, bro, he was a winger at one point and all that. I was like, damn. So yeah, he plays striker now still, I believe.
Manchester United,
Yeah.
and a part of his time at Real Madrid. At Real Madrid, he first moved from winger to inside forward, and finally to an out-and-out striker, and he remained there for the rest of his career.
Rio beat him in front of
Yeah,
everyone,
okay.
so we scream, and Cristiano was so angry. He sent his cousin by a tennis table. After 2 weeks, he back and
He
he
beat
beat,
Rio.
he beat Rio in front of
That's
all
a
of
competitor.
us. So that's Cristiano Ronaldo. He don't want to lose.
Boo! Give them boy
Even
them
now,
long
31,
strokes.
he's still productive as a seasoned poacher. Again, the move centrally allowed Ronaldo to shine. He likes scoring goals, and there is no better position to do that.
Then that striker.
Thanks for watching. Let me know any other positional shifts that have changed the game.
Hey, shout out that man, Ball Coach, for making the video. 10 position changes that alter football history. Interesting concept. Leave down in the comments even more position changes that y'all can think of that change football history. I'm out.